and Kimberly. First one in the room. Uh-oh. People coming in. Y'all must be getting notifications today. Facebook likes me. Facebook likes me again. Yeah, go on Facebook. Hey, Native Book. Y'all like me again. The Global Alliance not mad at me no more. What's going on? What's really going on? What's happening in the sun? Oh man, got a whole bunch of people already. Man, they're not blocking me no more. Y'all not blocking me? I must have said something right. What'd I say right? You know, this is what I tell y'all. They're humans all in these groups. I said the Illusion Alliance have taken over Facebook. Man, that's from Stargate. It's one of my favorite TV shows. It used to be. It's not on TV anymore. So the Illusion Alliance has taken over. It's an alien thing. Don't worry about it. It's a great show. Y'all don't watch Stargate. You should watch it. It goes through how the human race was spread all over the universe. How they just used the Earth as a planet for breeding humans, and they spread them to different galaxies. And it's a great show. Y'all should watch it. But the Illusion Alliance doesn't run Facebook. At least I hope they don't. We're in a hell of a lot more trouble than I thought. The Illusion Alliance runs Facebook, but it's the Global Alliance. But they like me this morning. Like, people got their notifications. Man, shoot, we might be able to do something today. People coming up in the house. Good morning, everybody. All right, let me get, where's YouTube at? YouTube, where y'all at? YouTube. Bring y'all in. Y'all need to get an Illusion Alliance over on YouTube. Y'all need somebody blocking you and hating you and fighting you and everything you say. Y'all can't get it too easy on YouTube. Let me see. Facebook show called Sacred Lies. I haven't seen that, Tina. Is that good? Should I watch that? I watch a lot of stuff. I gotta pee. Anybody got pee? I gotta pee. I don't know if I can do this. If I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta go to Mama. I gotta go to the bathroom. Can I do this? I had to take a break. I'm not good as Ty. I can't just walk off of the camera and go smoke a cigarette, have a drink or something, come back and people stick around. They be like, not Gerard and left. I ain't watching this. I'm leaving. He think he that big. He think he ain't at that level. He ain't at a Ty level. Just walk away and smoke a cigarette, go play with the dog, come back. People still watching him. That's not my level. I agree with Kevin Hart. I'm like the, what do you say about the level he's at? He said I'm not at the Eddie Murphy level. He said, people don't yell and scream at me when I go to the restaurant. I'm on the dick on the glass level. People, when I'm at the restaurant, the crazy guy outside the restaurant see Kevin Hart. I gotta pee. I can't pee. I'm gonna stay here because y'all gonna leave. I pee. Whew. We're gonna push through it. I drink a lot of coffee, and that's what happens. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna talk about a few things today. I was going through the news. We got a world that's architected for force. And we need to cut it with the force, y'all. You're not Jedis. You're not Jedis. I know, but it's not your fault. John D Rockefeller built your world. I know it's not your. Oh, I found out what that thing was. Somebody sent me a thing. Oh, who sent me that? Was it Vic? One of them brothers sent me the that device from yesterday. It is a HARP device. That damn thing floats around the world with HARP-like electromagnetic radiation. It's a HARP thing. It has a name. And America proud of it too. The Navy, you can see videos on YouTube. They talk about how proud they are. They got their DX79P something. I don't know the name of it. It's something like that. The world need a C3PO, and we need R2D2 to feed people and help them and translate so people stop fighting all over the world because they got different dialects. And the US makes a DX18. What's the name of that thing? Oh, let me pull up my YouTube comments and I go over there. DX3P7. It's a real ship. And of course, it's big as it's what, 1/3 the size of an aircraft carrier. I did my research on that yesterday. 1/3 the size of an aircraft carrier. And so it takes a whole lot of energy to produce the radar signal, which is what it is. They tell everybody it's radar. It's radar. We're going to catch the missiles. That's what they tell everybody. They said it's radar. It's for protected because the king's going to protect us. And so they can see the incoming missiles, not the UFOs, but the incoming missiles. So they're going to protect Americans because if the missiles come in. Did Raytheon make it? I think Raytheon. it is not that. It is not that. I'm sorry. You see that big mobile device floating around with the big white balloon on the top of it? That's not a balloon. It's a billionaire's toy, and it's how they change in weather. I believe that. I believe that all day long. You know why? Because they got secrets. They got secrets. As long as they got secrets, damn it, I ain't believing nothing they got to say. I stand behind my flat earther friends every day, Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, against anybody who says the government should have secrets. I'm against all of that. And you know the funny thing is? Most of the government agrees. It's not like we're not in a whistleblower apocalypse. Every body from every agency, all the whistleblowers come out and they're like, they're lying to you. We shouldn't exist. I know, I was the CIA, made a lot of money, we shouldn't exist. The FBI, they can't afford their whistleblowers. We the FBI, we shouldn't exist. We're not who you think we are. The DHS, but the DHS, they got whistleblowers. Yeah, they do. Because DHS and FEMA, they've had their whistleblowers. NASA's had theirs. You know, but we already know this. It's not like this is new information. We know government shouldn't have secrets. We know the kings are always lied to us. But y'all say I can go pee? Everybody agreeing I can go pee? Uh-oh. Kimberly, what you talking about? A penis is a friendly fire missile. Whoa, Kimberly, slow down. Girl, you're too early to run for that. Stop it. Stop it. My goodness. Every time they're saying they're protecting you, they're lying. Thank you, Tina. Tina, you must read books and know history. The king never protect. The king don't get two damns about you. The king, the Lord. That's why I always laugh. People want to protect me from racism. We don't protect you from racism. Really? The government. Y'all gonna protect me? Y'all gonna come protect me from racism for real? The government that made racism. Y'all gonna come protect me? Oh yeah, Y'all gonna protect me from the white man. And really, and y'all made white supremacy. The white folks was like, I don't have nothing to do with this. What, slavery? I ain't touching that mess with you. I got a job to do, you know? But they get you to attack the whole race, which is why I'm standing in front of the avalanche today. In front of the avalanche. People say, go pee, and I gotta, I can't say nothing. Y'all got too much jokes. End of the road gonna be funny. But see, that's why I got him. Y'all see him floating up there? Y'all see that monster in that cloud? Y'all know who that's? John D Rockefeller. Let him fly around. He started the avalanche. He started the avalanche. Focus on, if y'all can, focus on the white man. Stop focusing on white people, because white people ain't do nothing to you. Leave them alone. They good friends. They're homie lover friends. They're cousins. We're all related. Just focus on that dude right there. Right here. Y'all see him? He started the avalanche. Focus on him. Stop hating on your neighbor. Your neighbor didn't do this to you. He did it. He set up a world by force. I want to show y'all something. In fact, I want to show y'all something. Stop crossing my legs. I'm not crossing my legs, Mary. Listen, you know, all right. Mary, to be honest with you, I could pee right now. Y'all wouldn't even know it. I could. I got all kind of glass and stuff right here. I put my hands down like that. You would never know. You never know. Facebook shut it up, but they probably wouldn't know either. No, actually, they wouldn't know. Because I got all these devices around. I'll stop talking about that. All right, I'm energy. I'm wave energy. You gotta do that sometimes. You gotta meditate. Push it down. Push it down. Wave energy. We're talking real talk now. We're not talking about urination. We're talking about your nation. We're talking about your bastard nation. Your nation. I was pissed off this morning. I say something. I got to rant for a minute. I got pissed off this morning because when I was watching the international news, they was talking about Saudi Arabia. Y'all know that they're still abusing the women's rights activists. Y'all know I'm mad about this. Me Too, y'all here? I'm gonna give you something. Y'all gotta have something for me today. Not Me Too in the foreign nations, third world countries. Y'all know what the hell y'all doing. Y'all know abuse is abuse. You don't check and see who it is before you call it abuse. You don't say, check, see, are you my cousin Jethro? Okay, I'm okay with the abuse. Are you a Saudi Arabian? Oh, I'm okay with the abuse. Are you a Democrat? Oh, okay, it's not really abuse because we Democrats. Are you? See, I'm mad as hell. They still got them women in prison just driving some damn cars and they're abusing them. And you know why I'm pissed off? Because y'all wave blue. That's why I'm pissed. And you wave red. You're supposed to wave yellow. Wave yellow next time. Stop waving blue and red. They make you look stupid. Abusing women. We gonna fight. We gonna, no, you're not. No, you're not. Because you still with Saudi Arabia. Like this whole thing, which is actually good. It's good news. So Yemen, they got a truce. I was happy about that. I'm happy about they got a truce. The fighting and who data stopping? It's not who data, it's who data. But everybody mispronounce everything on the news, so I can say anything the way I want to say. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato, damn it. Whole data. They stopped fighting over there, so they can get some food in there, which is good. It's good. Everybody clap for the American government. Everybody clap for the American. Everybody not gonna clap for France. Not gonna clap. UK, yeah, they put pressure. They put pressure. Nah, because they don't give a damn. They don't give two damns. I keep saying it. Why? Because if you believe genocide is a bad thing, you don't start it, right? If you believe abusing women is a bad thing, you don't back nations doing it, right? All the sanctions in the world against Russia, they ain't do a damn thing, but you ain't got not one damn sanction against Saudi Arabia that's beating women, raping them for driving cars, okay? Chopping their heads off for walking around with Bibles. Come on now, stop. I was a little upset this morning. I'm gonna show you, we talking Rockefeller, all right. So listen, here's the thing. Education is the key. It is the key, it is the lock, it is the little thing with your car, the boop, boop, that little thing, cause y'all little slavery machines, y'all like to drive to work, the nice one. Oh man, I'm not gonna go into that. Cause y'all got the boop boop. Y'all got them things. I don't have one of them. Mine an old one. I get in my truck, I press the button like click. Like click, and the door almost falls off because like it's an old mechanical device. But y'all got all them new sexy slave machines y'all drive around, talk about how you don't like no slave. I don't like no slavery. Book, book. Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say. Y'all get me off on that. I just starting to rant. I get a little upset sometimes. We'll bring it down. Don't eat yellow snow. What the hell, Rebecca? All right, stay focused. All right, so John D Rockefeller, right? He designed the world, a world for force. Education is everything. How do you know your car and your small electronics? Why are you fighting racism? Yeah, how do you know that it wasn't built on slave minerals and slave labor? You don't know unless you're educated. How do you know you don't fight racism by getting in the street, yelling, screaming, acting a fool? How do you know? Education. That racism, all it is ignorance. Why? Because we all racist. Y'all know that, right? Every last one of y'all. Yeah, everybody racist. I saw a report. I was going to watch it. I decided not to watch it because I get upset with this stuff. They're asking the question, was Gandhi racist? Was Gandhi racist? And I'm always thinking they always double blinded me with the news. Why you act that way? Ain't Gandhi dead? Didn't he die a minute ago? And he gone? Why are we talking about Gandhi racist? Why would they do that? It's like them going back attacking, what's the brother name? His statues knocking him down. What's the name of the guy? Statues knocking him down? I forgot his name. It's gonna come to me. Hold on. Wait for it. It's gonna come to me. Somebody posted in the room. What's his name? I forgot his name. What's the guy name? They're knocking his statues down. He wasn't really racist. He just was in the South and he fought for the South because y'all went down there to invade him to get the tax money from slavery, but they told you they went to go free the slaves. What's his name? Somebody post his name. I feel like I'm forgetting things. I need to drink more coffee. Anyway, about somebody posted. Racism is just ignorance and experience and perception. Right? General Lee, yes, the General Lee. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Keisha. General Lee, Robert E. Lee. That damn it, yeah, got rid of his slaves. Well, everybody knows kept their slaves before the war started. Progressive, but you want to knock down the statues. Education, everything, right? What is racism? It's people who don't know you. They don't know you, so they're not supposed to like you, right? Do you not like grizzly bears? Do you know any grizzly bears? Have you met a grizzly bear? I know this. I've never met a grizzly bear, and I don't like grizzly bears. I go see a big brown hulking something outside my house. Damn it, I'm gonna get my gun. I don't like them neither. How could a grizzly bear help me? It could educate me, or a hunter could educate me. They could show me that a grizzly bear eating a berry bush don't want to eat brown bald people. And if I realize that, oh, you know what? Wow, okay, the grizzly doesn't hate me. The grizzly just wants some resources. And it prefers the blueberry bush over my black behind. Education. Okay, it doesn't hate me. Makes sense. The racist doesn't hate you. And this, I think, goes all ways, because I don't believe there's no such thing as reverse racism. It's no thing. First of all, there's no such thing as race, but that's a little deep for some people. When there's no such thing as reverse racism, all right? I grew up with a whole bunch of racist black people that hated white people. I grew up all around them. I know, it's just true. And I grew up with, I had a white friend that didn't like black people, and he had a good reason not to like them, because all the black people had money. We used to show out a little bit, but we didn't know who he was. We didn't understand that he was raised in a horrible environment. I told you, I grew up in a weird place, Washington, D.C., Fort Washington, Maryland, Prince George's County, largest population of middle-class blacks, bastards in the nation. I know, and that kind of formed my opinions. But if racism is just a lack of education, why not educate? Why not educate, right? Like, think about it like this. I think about my post. I know I got racist people on my board. I know I do. In fact, to be honest, I probably got a little racism in me too. I'm a little racist against owls. I don't like owls no more. Owls, they murdery bastards. They kill a lot of stuff. They bite your fingers off, your ears and nose and stuff. They're vicious. Don't let people think, don't believe that these little pretty, nice, friendly animals. Information, education. Think about your posts. If you're posting things and people already don't like you, whatever you are, if you think you're blue, if you think you're red, if you think you're green, and you're constantly posting things that are negative towards them, do you think they're gonna like you? Do you think you're gonna reinforce their racism? Or do you think they're gonna look at your post and say, maybe everybody's not like what they put in the movies. Maybe they like just a little something different. Maybe a few of them okay. They meet you, well, maybe 3 of them okay. Maybe 30 of them okay. You know what? Maybe 300 of them okay. Well, you know what? Damn. Maybe somebody been lying to me about purple people. Maybe they're actually just like me. Maybe they just want resources. Maybe we're put into conflict all over this world for energy and resources. Maybe this John D Rockefeller was somebody I shouldn't like either. Maybe he pitted the whole world against each other over resources and energy. Maybe we live in a time where everybody can have all the resources and energy they want, and they can stop fighting each other. But we have to give a damn about each other. We got to educate ourselves and realize John D Rockefeller started this, and it's not his fault. He was raised by a psychopath. Oh, I want to show you something. Let me show you. I can show you something. Smurfs. Hey, you talking about, Mary? Ain't no Smurfs here. You seeing Smurfs? Well, I tell you about smoking them tweeds early in the morning. Don't be smoking that tweed. It's too early for that stuff. Talking about pee and urination and penises and Smurfs. If that's what you seeing, girl, where your husband at? Where your husband? Is he here? I'm going to tell you, listen, you need to check what she drank last night. I don't know what was. All right, let me stop. All right, I got to show you something. Let me show you. Oh, where is that? John D Rockefeller. Focus on it. We built a world based in force, right? Because force is profitable. If you can get people dumb and fighting each other, you can make a lot of money on it. If you can get markets and companies fighting each other, you can day trade and make a lot of money on it. If you're George Soros and you can get Black Lives and White Lives Matter and fund both of them, get them fighting, and you invest in the prison system and guns and military, you can make a lot of money. If that's your thing, if you make money like George Soros on destabilizing markets, you can make money on destabilizing people who lack the education to see how all of this works. John D Rockefeller, watch this. Oh, it's not on the screen. Hold on. Let me show you this. I seen a clip of this and I was just like, man, we need to focus, people. We need to stop using force and start using education. Watch this, check this out.
Or marijuana conspiracy theorists, they all are aware of the reefer madness propaganda. And finally, it worked after 10 years of all this propaganda that made weed look like it killed you and stuff and made you do crazy shit. They made it illegal. And we all know that that's from big industry like DuPont and the Rockerfellers and all that. We all know that they were trying to shut down the industry. They were blaming it on this Mexican smoking weed. We all know that as weed enthusiasts. But you know what you don't know is, alcohol prohibition was also because of John Rockefeller. He supported anti-alcohol groups and blew them up and donated millions to blow them up to outlaw alcohol because he saw it as a threat to gasoline.
Whoa.
Yes. And this...
Stop. Did you hear this? A threat to gasoline. So think about this. Let me ask you a question. Is John D Rockefeller racist? right? Started the war on drugs, reefer madness, Mexicans, black people, stuff like that. But then, because that was for, what was it, paper, what was that, paper companies and controlling them and crops and hemp and what it can do in terms of fuel and what it can do in products and everything. So that was about money. He was on that side, pharmaceutical industry. But now look, he did it on alcohol. Do you make alcohol? Do you make alcohol? No, who makes alcohol? The hillbilly that you don't like. You know, right? Because they make the moonshine. So John D Rockefeller hate white people too. He hate poor white people. This is why I'm saying it ain't white people. It's John D Rockefeller. So he started the war on drugs and prohibition for different industries to make money. And the war on prohibition, that was about gasoline. Why? Because you can run cars on alcohol. You can't have people growing that crap, using it for fuel, building a sustainable world, driving their cars, and you're John D. Rockefeller, and your psychopathic daddy who used to beat you and stick brooms in your butt, make you mad and angry, gave you this whole petroleum thing that you're making a lot of money on, and you can't let people do it. Once again, it's not racism, just money. John D. Rockefeller, focus.
This is not a conspiracy theory. Alcohol prohibition was all backed by John D. Rockefeller.
Whoa. It was a threat to gasoline?
Crazy. Yes, alcohol.
Because they thought people were going to make like ethanol?
He wanted to crush the ethanol business, right? But the way he did it is to create this hysteria with drink. Everyone has a drinking problem. Everyone's killing each other. So he did the same thing. He did both of them. He did the same. You're going to find out about this. This is not a conspiracy theory. He funded the Anti-Saloon League. It was run by one of his good friends. And you know what ended up happening? Same thing. They outlawed alcohol. You couldn't drink alcohol. But they said, what about the alcohol for cars? And they wrote in the law that you could still make alcohol everything.
Oh. Are y'all paying attention to this? Are you focusing on this? You gotta put petroleum in the alcohol. Had nothing to do with crazy people, had nothing to do with conservatism, had nothing to do with Christianity, had nothing to do with alcohol, had nothing to do with crazy reefer madness and crazy Mexicans running around, black people running around raping white women crazy. Had nothing to do with none of that. It had to do with you dummies not doing the things you want to do that you like to do that he didn't want you to do, because if he made force instead of leaving you alone, and you were educated and you realized that this was what was going on, he used force to stop you doing what you wanted to do. He created a crime wave with prohibition and with the war on drugs all over the planet. We're in war of Afghanistan still right now. Why are we in war of Afghanistan right now? 70,000 people died, 5,000 which were United States troops. Why? Opium. And one man who was pissed off about what? Oil. They went and killed 170,000 people, which if that's in the news, it means about 1 million, but 5,000 troops for the oil John D. Rockefeller set up in the world that he built on this crap and the drugs. Opium. Do you see how everybody is being played against each other? That's what I'm saying. I come on here every day, then I get upset. Somebody posted a link. Good. I get upset because this is stupid. This is dumb. How long are we going to play this world by force? How long are we going to keep the John D. Rockefeller world going? But you know, the problem is, and the reason why I have an avalanche behind me is because when a psychopath kicks it off and gets it rolling down, it's not easy to stop an avalanche, right? It's not easy, you know, because you get all this snow and rocks and ice and everything going down the hill. It takes a force to stop an avalanche, right? Because John D, I like the Rockefeller, I don't think they do anything anymore. I could be wrong. I don't think they care. I think they're like, look, we got it. We got trillions of dollars. We got nothing to do. They're just hanging out, just watching the world unfold. We can stop it, but we choose not to. A world on force. Telling your neighbor what, do you know how that saying, how's that saying go? Make your neighbor the change in the world you want to see. Find a total stranger and make them the change in the world you want to see. Isn't that kind of funny how politicians, they let us say that? They say be the change in the world you want to be. They tell you that, and then they go off to force your neighbor or a total stranger or another country or a whole damn continent to be what they want to be. They lie and they play these games. But we have a world by force and we need a world by education. Look at everything as the racism problem. How do you get rid of racism? You love the people who are racist. That's how you do it. And they look at you like, I thought you was crazy. I I thought you have an after pick. Come down, yell, scream with the rap music. You know, don't show up with rap music, damn it. Take the pick out your hair, cut your afro, go bald, show up to the community. I thought you come in playing loud like that jungle music. Don't play jungle music. Go in there with some Nora Jones. Go in there with some Frank Sinatra and just sing and pull up in the driveway. See, I like to talk about this because to me, it's just, we're stupid. We're not stupid. We're just ignorant. It's education. We just need education. You need to look at how Martin Luther King solved racism in a whole damn nation, minus about 232 people. He solved it. When you stop fighting with people, you start loving people, you start speaking up for their people, then that's how this works. Why do I talk about poor white kids in the trailer park in the Appalachian Mountains? Because I see a whole bunch of friends that y'all would call white talking about poor black people and Hispanic people in the ghetto. That's why I do. And that's how this works. When Black Lives Matter stand up for White Lives Matter, then all lives will matter. But until then, it's a world by force designed by John D Rockefeller and an entire world that pits everybody against each other for energy. Energy. Focus on the root cause of the problem. Stop fighting the other competitor. Like I asked a question the other day. Do you know the difference between an enemy and a competitor? They're not the same thing. A competitor is just somebody you sat down at the board game with. They were on that side, you were on this side. Y'all started playing. You got more chips than you got more chips. You mad, and when it's not your turn, you go to the bathroom and cry like I used to sometimes because my brothers, they some bastards. I was the youngest one. They used to cheat all the time. Yeah, you come back, you just kind of play. I'm mad as hell at the competitors. I'm mad at my brothers. We supposed to love the brothers. He just happened to be older than you. He was born before you were. He was born in a different place, a different time. Had more chips, got a little more know-how on how to play the game. Don't be mad at the player, hate the game. You're supposed to hate Milton Bradley, the enemy. The enemy that architected the entire model of using force against competitors between each other. When if they actually started working together, they all would have all the resources on the entire board, the entire earth. Milton Bradley, John D Rockefeller built this so a very exclusive few could have it. Yellow vest, exactly. Who talking about yellow vest? Lori, yellow vest. Don't wave blue. That's how they break you. They get you to do dumb things. Don't wave red. You know why? Because if you keep waving red and you keep waving blue, they're going to keep trying to take your guns. They're going to keep getting ready, not giving you universal health care. They're going to keep printing money, making you poor. They're going to keep the war in Afghanistan going. You know who's going to pay for the war in Afghanistan, right? $1 trillion. You know who's going to pay for that? You know it's not paid for, right? You know it's not paid for. You know who's going to pay for that war, don't you? Not the people who died. They paid the maximum price. Your kids are going to pay for that. Right? It's called fractional reserve banking. They printed the money. They fought the war. They gave all the more money to Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, and all of these big military corporations, and the Rockefellers got theirs, of course. And you know who's going to pay for that war? Outside of the fact that you got an opium crisis, your kids are going to pay for that. And it was like 150% interest or something stupid like that. But then that's the lie, because they're not actually going to pay for it. They can't ever pay for it. And so what does that make your children? Everybody go get a picture of your kids. Get your picture of your kids. I know some of y'all kids a little older, some younger. I know some of y'all kids like 57. I love y'all. I love you. You got to have your centurions around it. Old people, smart people. Look at the picture of your kids. They do. Okay, don't look at his picture because he's 57. Look at his kids. Look at your grandkids. Look at your grandkids. Do I actually want you to not pay this debt? Because they'll never be able to pay for it. They never print enough money in the system. And that's assumed that the monetary system doesn't collapse. The dollar is collapsing, but they'll never pay for it. So if you were coming from Ireland, which is why I like to talk about the Irish slaves, because they were slaves. If you were coming from Ireland and you didn't have the money, you couldn't pay the debt, what'd you have to be? A slave. Best an indentured servant. We are literally locking our kids into a future of enslavement to debt to the Rockerfellers, central banks all over this world, other nations. Because we're fighting each other about whether or not Gandhi was racist. And I just think I know it's not funny. I kind of, all right, I laugh. I'm sorry if that, all right, let me watch a little more. Rockefeller set this up. People focus on the energy. Let me show you. Let's finish.
And he got busted for everything.
Henry Ford said that alcohol was a cleaner, nicer, better fuel for automobiles than gasoline. Wow. Holy shit. wow, this is nuts, man. That is so crazy because you can make alcohol without fossil fuels.
Apparently, any vegetable that ferments, you can use as fuel. Henry Ford said anything that you could ferment, apples, anything, you could turn into biofuel.
That's crazy.
And John D Rockefeller, that's what he was all about. He's the richest man in the world, was raised by a psychopath. John D Rockefeller's dad was named, they called him Devil Bill. His dad, they know all about his dad. This is not a conspiracy theory. The family, historians will tell you about his father. He created him. He was a rapist, snake oil salesman, running from the law, changed his name.
Devil Bill?
Devil Bill, that was his name. So he had a bunch of sons, and John D Rockefeller was one. He was quoted as saying, I cheat my sons every day. I want them as sharp as can be.
Devil Bill designed your world by creating a psychopathic child, and you want to keep the psychopathic world. This is why I'm saying it all infects and it all goes down, because that's what psychopaths want. They want friends.
He just beat the living fucking trust out of them and just drowned all their trust. So John D Rockefeller grew up not trusting anyone.
Look how evil that. Look at him eyes. Look at him eyes. All right, I'm not gonna show you the rest of it. I just wanted to show you a little piece of it. I wanted to go through this. He built the world. And so now we're in this avalanche of a world by force, family all over this planet, cousins fighting over energy in a model of a psychopath because you don't like somebody else's government. You don't like somebody else's color. You don't like where somebody else was born, and as much as related to you as the people you grew up with. All related all over this planet. Religion, stupid. I'm sorry, it is. You know, where am I at with that? There's only one religion. Only one religion. It's called seeking God. Whatever you think that God might be. However you might seek it. Some people seek God through mathematics. Some people seek God through quantum physics. Some people seek God through ancient texts. Some people seek God through Christianity. Some people seek God through Muslim and Buddha. But the thing is you have something in common with all of these people. They are seeking this God thing. Which God, what is God? It's just the truth. What God is, there's only one religion. But they got people and they give you locked in information. And because you have locked in information and you're only looking at these texts, or you're only looking at these people, or you're only looking at this race group, or you're only looking at this, and they get you conflicting. Why? Because a world based in force, forcing other people what to do, you can make trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars. And that's where we are. That's why I'm not interested. People get mad at me every day. Come on, we gotta fight. No, we don't have to fight. We have to think. We have to educate. Education is everything. People hate you because they don't know you. They can be apathetic to you because they don't know you. It's like the office of the president. Everybody, they're still after president. They're still after his ding-a-ling. Every day, I was watching. I tried to watch today. They're still all going back and forth. I might show you a clip. It was hard to watch. But they convince people. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, because, you know, these politicians, they don't provide a service to the American people anymore. Right? Everybody says that. All the leaders, most of them say it. We're an oligarchy. They don't provide a service to you. They're just doing a job. Somehow, the president has become about being a man more than a job. And I think that's how they got people to hate him or love him. Hate Obama or love Obama. And I think that focus more on the presidency. The office. Don't focus on the man. Ignore the man. Completely ignore the man. Just look at the decisions coming out of the office and focus on that. Because they get you to hate the man or love the man when really it's all about whether or not it's a politician that's serving corporations, right? Because if you get this wrong, we're in big trouble. If you get it wrong, if you think about this the wrong way, and if we keep down this route of making things personal and about people, not about fixing this world, taking this world that's architected by John D on force, like somehow they convince people that presidents are men working for other people you hate because you don't know them, and not staff serving corporations that hate everybody. If you get this wrong, that avalanche is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Why? Because the Rockefellers are out of it. Once it gets going, they're making their money. Then the pharmaceutical industry comes in, they want to make their money too. And they want to build things out and buy more laws and make more illegal and schedule one more. Like the alcohol company will come out and want to make more way. Because when you architect a world on survival of the fittest and who has the most money and who has the most power and who dominates the most, who has the most force, the ability, who has the biggest military, everybody falls in. Then you get an upper class who wants to work for those big corporations and a middle class who wants to work for those corporations and climb the corporate ladder. And you build this whole world architected on force, a model of a psychopath to fight people you have everything in common with. Everything. Like I was in a good discussion with somebody. I meet people every day and I was talking to them about the news. Like, you ever think it's kind of weird that in the news, they're always talking about what you don't have in common instead of what you do? And I'm not blaming them. I don't like to blame. Like I said, I'm a mirror guy. I saw my problems in that mirror. I don't care nothing about what's happening in the world. I'm the change I need to be. But everything in the media is about what people don't have in common. Everything in the media is about what's entertaining and what's dramatic, what will get you to tune in. And you don't tune in to the things that you have in common with the people you hate. You tune into the things that you don't, right? That's why the media is broken. It's part of why. Solutions. A lot of good solutions. Tons of endless, oh my God, solutions falling out the sky. Because I knew people coming sometimes are like, what's the solution? There's so many solutions. I don't even know where to start. I get so discombobulated. There's a million things we can do than going to your neighbor or your neighboring country or your neighboring cousin that grew up on the other side of the tracks and forcing them to do what you want because you want more energy. You want more resources and money than what they do. Tons of solutions. You know, I was thinking about one solution today. There's so many solutions. It's like a solution apocalypse. But your government would never tell you. You know why? This is part of why I think. I think all government should have no bodyguards. This is my new solution for the day. All government, no politician, no leader can have any bodyguards ever. They got to walk around with the commoners just like us. They got to walk in the streets when people are throwing their bedpans out the window because they don't have the money for the hot water bill to flush the toilet. So they throw We're going back to 1300s England where they just threw the potty, just threw it out the window. You walk into work, poo, hit you in the head. Go back to them days. Imagine this. What'll happen if politicians don't have bodyguards? What'll happen if your lords and your kings don't have bodyguards? People will start spitting on them, won't they? People will start throwing rotten tomatoes at them, won't they? People will start throwing rotten eggs or worse. What will happen in 10 years? Shoot, that won't be 10 years, probably 10 days. What will happen to your political parties in your country? I know my country, Democrats and Republicans, these apathetic little bastards that don't give a damn about some other people because their leaders don't actually serve the nation. They don't actually serve all the people. They serve their people. They serve, even worse than that, they serve the indoctrination of one small group called their people. So when they get in government, they don't roll out, they can't find solutions for everybody. Y'all ever hear that solution when they say, you can't please everybody? That's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's fake news. If anybody ever tells you you can't serve everybody, that person is dumb. They need to be going cooking fries at a chicken place somewhere. That's where they need. I don't even know if they need to do that. They need to be digging ditches or something. Of course, there are tons of solutions that work for everybody. And you know what's going to happen if politicians don't have bodyguards? You see Lindsey Graham bopping around at Starbucks. I know McCain is dead, but you see McCain bopping around. You see Obama walking around. You see Trump just walking around. You know what'll happen real quick? You know what'll happen real quick? They magically find the ability to make solutions that work for all their people. All of them. Now, mind you, I don't want to confuse you and discombobulate you. I don't believe in government. I don't believe in leadership. I don't think that you need to be led by anybody. I think you're an adult. But seeing how we're in this world, and most people do, I go along with what y'all want to do. Y'all my family. If they didn't have bodyguards, they instantly would have to serve all of their people. you would lose your Democratic Party. You would lose your Republican Party. You magically would go back to just having people on a platform trying to figure out who can make up the best solution for 300 million people so they don't put on yellow vests and burn the mother down. Imagine that. Imagine that. But I don't want anyone to go into fantasy land. They're not going to give up their bodyguards. Why? Because they know that the things are divided up and they got to stay divided up. They got to keep being apathetic to them bastards over there to get you bastards over here turning on them. They'll never do that. But you know what you can do? You can walk away. You can walk away. You can stop joining up and allying up against people you don't like. You can stop with your own bigotry and stop fighting racism. You could do that. You could just walk away. And if you walk away, it's going to make them think. And you tell them why you walk away. Walk away because we got great solutions for everybody. We can print houses and feed everybody. We can do anything we want to do for everybody. But you keep rolling out solutions just for me. Why do you do that? Why are you just rolling out? Why are you just talking about my community? Right? Because like I was thinking about this. Everybody's trying to support their people. Your people. One, because you don't know who your people are. But number two, it's because your was given to you. Like John D Rockefeller. Where is that? Where's that monster at? Where they put that bastard back? You were born into it. And you were given the conflicts that you have. Your whole whatever you think that is, whether that's a race or whatever it is, it was given to you by this man. By the world he architected, by the model he took, requiring force dictate what people do, and corporations took it over instead of education. All right, let me keep going. I saw some interesting stuff in the news. So let me see if there's anything I wanted to talk about over that end. We can wrap it up. But sustainability is in education, right? Because when you take that person that hates you, you take that racist or that bigot or whatever they are, you take that inner city kids, got the big boobs hanging down, playing the music loud, disrespecting you, and you show them some love. Human beings always respond the same way. They might not respond that way right away. You know, people are raised in rough environments, but when you love people, it's hard for them to hate you. When you're kind to people, like, you ever think about why your grandparents always told you be kind to people? Why your parents always told you look out for people? Because it builds a world based in happy people, people who can talk in dialogue, which allows for a sustainable community, a model, not just in your community, but then your region, your state, your nation, and the world. When you're kind to people, people are kind to you. It's infectious. It's how it works. It sounds really cliche, but it's really real. But when you force people, when you write laws based in the John D Rockefeller legislation model for the world, requiring people to do things or you put them in cages, they fight back. And they're supposed to fight back. And they hate you. And they're supposed to hate you. Why? Because you are forcing them. And you don't know what's free to them. You don't know what's liberty. You don't know what they need. You don't know if they got chronic pain and they need cannabis. You don't know what they need. All different types of people on this planet. But you keep forcing people. And so the avalanche keeps going down the hill. And everybody wants to blame John D Rockefeller. And I'm like, but we're pushing the rocks too. We're pushing the ice too. We are doing our part. We're rolling up in a ball and rolling down the hill when we can be trying to stop it. So many good solutions out there, tons of them. Oh, bamboo, this is interesting. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. Bamboo, we were talking about bamboo in Japan. I thought this was interesting. There are tons of solutions, but people are so angry right now. They're so locked up in fighting a John D Rockefeller fight that they have no dog in. You have no dog in a fight for force.
Versatility and strength have helped it survive for centuries here in Hong Kong. It's 3 times faster to build than steel and costs a fraction of the price. But the laws state that each pole can only be used once, and every year 5 million poles end up in landfills. With landfills at capacity, the government has started a campaign to recycle.
The most important job that we are doing here is to promote reduction at sources. So if we can do that, we instill them a culture of dump less and save more, that is to save more resources for our earth, that we owe our next generation.
Around 50 tonnes of used bamboo has been collected so far this year. As well as public workshops, designers are being invited to use old poles.
I'm gonna stop there. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. So they're taking bamboo and they're making shoes. They're taking bamboo and they're making floors. They're taking bamboo and it's bamboo that was already being cut, right? Bamboo is a weed. It grows like crazy. A lot of times you can't even plant it in the United States in different townships because it grows so fast. But it's such a sustainable plant, like hemp. Hemp oil, driving cars. So how does this actually compare to the solution we have here, this discussion? So if you were John D Rockefeller, you'd be in Japan right now banning bamboo. Why? Because you make shoes. So in this example, they're using bamboo to make shoes. Because you want to make more money selling shoes from petroleum or plastic with rubber soles, as opposed to just using something that's already in the environment that grows prolifically. This is part of the reason why I love plants. This is because I think the aliens, I think they put the plants here so we wouldn't be stupid. That's what I think. I think a lot of the minerals are locked up too deep in the planet. It's too hard to mine them, too hard to get to them, it's too expensive. They're not in every continent, in every region, but plants grow everywhere. You got a prolific growing plant, you can plant almost anywhere to solve almost every damn problem that we actually have. And the biggest one we have is energy. And I don't think it's an accident that every plant makes oil that you can use for energy. And I know the stuff that y'all call weeds, yeah, you can use that for oil. Did you know that? Did you know that? Pulling weeds that you can be putting in your car and not causing climate change and CO2 off gassing. A lot of solutions. So then ask the question, why is your government always making decisions by force and never giving you sustainable solutions? Because you don't own it. And you wave blue, and you wave red, and you roll over, and they tickle your tummy, and you wag your tail, and you do exactly everything a good slave is supposed to. So they don't have to stop supporting Saudi Arabia that treats women like cows, less than cows. They don't have to stop genocide. They didn't have anything to do with Yemen and the genocide. The only reason that they put any sanctions against Saudi Arabia is because they killed the wrong billionaire's family member, Jamal Khashoggi. They don't have to do anything in Yemen. They weren't gonna do. Why? Because the next time they were gonna say wave blue, you're gonna roll over and shake like a dog when they come home. I'm trying to paint a picture. I don't know if you're seeing it. I hope you do. We can fix the entire world, and it's really easy to do. You gotta start loving people. You gotta start loving people more than you love yourself. Yes, Jeannie said ethanol, exactly. And that's what you can use. You can use ethanol. There's all types of, whether it's from corn or anything, prolifically growing all over this planet. Easy solutions. We can stop the avalanche. You gotta stand down your government to do that. We can do it easily. There's another interesting one. Kazakhstan. Y'all know anybody in Afghanistan? Fighting the war. We're going to help people.
This was entry from neighboring Afghanistan by swallowing sealed bags of the drug.
Сейчас у нас очень молодежь.
Many young people are using drugs and going down that road despite knowing they will be sick. I don't understand why no one told me when I started using heroin. We thought heroin was just about enjoying ourselves.
Tajikistan is a front line in the global war on drugs, a war that the international community is struggling to win. In some places along the 1,300-kilometer border with Afghanistan, the villages set among the Pamir Mountains are so close you can see and hear.
An awful lot of propaganda. There's a couple things in there. So they show the crying lady in the beginning. We had no idea that this was going to do this to me. It's so bad that swallowing drugs to get them over the border. People putting them in the anus. Drugs are bad. He uses keywords. We're losing the war on drugs. It is the front line in the war. Using force to solve problems over education. Even the best news still has that screw. Even the best news kind of drives that propaganda that we should be using force and war to solve problems we know education can solve. So I get a little annoyed with that. It bothers me a little bit. But it's interesting. It's Afghanistan. Let's see what the rest of it is.
The UN estimates around 20% of Afghan drugs pass through Tajikistan to markets around the world. All that separates Afghanistan from Tajikistan, certainly in this region, is that the effects, indeed the success of domestic Tajik policies with international assistance has been minimal. Tajikistan's anti-narcotics. The government says more than 3 tons of heroin has been intercepted so far this year.
I'm going to stop there because I'm running out of time, so I won't go down. So it's interesting. So you spend hundreds of millions of dollars trying to stop the flow of drugs that are going through a nation where the drugs are flowing to nations where they have a war on drugs to make sure there is a demand for the supply. They catch the drugs, they burn the drugs up, so the farmers who have to survive have to grow more drugs. And they explain later on in the interview that most of the drugs are from police and government corruption in Afghanistan. Does anybody see a model unfolding here? There's people at the top that are making money from all of it. All of it. Solving problems with force is profitable. Solving problems with education is easy. The whole war on drugs has to end. All right, I'm gonna go back. But so if the war on drugs bothers you, if the Afghan war bothers you, if the model of the world built by a psychopath, John D Rockefeller, if that bothers you, maybe, just maybe, you should ask your government, why is the war on drugs still going? Why are we still in Afghanistan? How come you say Black Lives Matter, but you're not changing the laws? How come we say white lives matter, but you're not changing anything? How come we want to keep our guns, but you keep trying to take them? How come we have no rights? How come we're all against war, the vast majority of people all over this planet, but nobody's doing anything to stop the wars, and you actually work for us? How come? We're in Afghanistan as a good example, because we didn't go there for Saddam. Who was his name? No, that's not Saddam. Who's the other guy they lied about? Bin Laden. We didn't go there to get him. Why? Because they got him, and we're still there. And they say, oh, well, it's a vacuum. We got to stay there. Meanwhile, opium production's up with like 90% since we've been there. We are there for the opium. We are there for the lithium. We're there for the, what is it, with zircon. What were all the other minerals that they had? That's why we're there. American kids aren't dying and murdering other kids. Entire towns of women being taken. Sex trafficking and child trafficking, because it's all about democracy and freedom. Your government doesn't give 2 damns. That's not their job anymore. And once again, my favorite line, and I don't blame them. You go for it. You're okay with it, so they're gonna keep doing it. Somebody said we made Bin Laden, and a lot of people don't know that. They still don't know that it's a model. None of this is accident. It is a model. John D Rockefeller's daddy made psychopathic kids who built a world of force model. When we're supposed to be going towards governments who serve the people, who are controlled by the people, our next step out of feudalism, we step deep back in feudalism because they begin to colonize the entire damn world. And you don't colonize people with education, you colonize them by force. And we all keep that model going, but we can all stop it. That's what I'm saying. I stand on the side of 7 billion people. That's my people. My people are 7 billion people. And that's who I always stand by. And if you try to stand against one of them in force, no matter how well-meaning you are, I don't care how well-meaning you are, my answer is no. You want to take their guns? No. Tell them they can't grow food? No. Tell them they can't grow their own medicine? No. Tell them we're going to invade them? No. Tell them that it's a good idea to put their kids in prison because we don't like what they did but didn't hurt anybody? No. Go tell me that you're going to put them in prison and there's no victim for their crime? Hell no. I'll never stand against my people because I know who my people are. My people are 7 billion lost people on this planet designed by a psychopathic billionaire who's already dead. I think he's dead, isn't he? Didn't he die? Did John D Rockefeller die? I don't know. I don't I'm learning my damn self. I don't know. Is he dead? Did they have a funeral for him? Did everybody show up in all your government? They have a war criminal funeral for him? Then they had the flags and stuff. John D is dead. We love him. We're going to miss him. He was such a good man. Oh, I know. Meanwhile, the whole world sitting around like, he murdered most of us, right? You know. Charity starts at home. Yep, Earth is our home. Yes, Rebecca, Earth is our home. Absolutely. Your, and nothing more. Get it, Brother Jimmy. Let me see. I do need more iron. Tina, I'm not sure. Oh, well, iron's a mineral too. Maybe that's what they're going over there for. Let me see. United, absolutely, Anna. We got to be united, or divided we all fall. It's hard to hate love. It is hard to hate love, Tina, and that's why love is a weapon. People don't understand that. And you know what? If it doesn't affect the person that you're loving, their kids are watching you. And the next generation doesn't have the hate. They're like, wait a minute. Daddy didn't like him because he had yellow skin. But that yellow man was so nice and brought me toys and candy, was friendly and took care of Dad. Even when Dad died, that yellow man showed up. And I know my dad hated that man. Yellow people, good people. I like yellow. It's how you solve problems. Not by force, not by getting a sign yelling and screaming in the street. And this man lives in the Tupelo, the back mountains of Pennsylvania, never met anybody yelling in his life. And the first interaction, the only interaction he has with yellow people is coming out of Hollywood, and you're dumb behind on TV yelling and screaming how you hate other people. How we need to stand up for yellow people and help yellow people. And he's blue, and he's got starving blue people right next to him. You've already made the war. You took that avalanche and pushed it further, harder down. We know the answer to these problems. It's not like it wasn't in the ancient texts and all the religions, what love is and how it works and why your government never shows it. Everything they do is based in force. Everything they tell you to do is based in force. Why? Because they're here for the profit. They're not here for your dumb behind. Ignorant behind, not dumb behind, so ignorant. These laws weren't made for our benefit. No, exactly, Ty. None of the laws were made for our benefit. These laws were made for money. All of them. All the new ones coming out, all the old ones that ain't going nowhere, that they're not changing, they're all made for money. Every last one of them. It's about taking a problem, making it profitable to an industry, because John D Rockefeller was a psychopath, and that's the model he rolled out, and we keep pushing it. Just like the governments. We keep pushing that snow down the hill. Let's keep pushing the snow. It's a good idea. In fact, half of us trying to make the avalanche go faster. I got to go back to school, get me some more degrees. I don't have enough degrees. I only make 120,000 a year. I can make 200,000. I can push a hell of a lot of snow down the hill if I go back to school, get me a PhD, and I'm just like, man, I'm glad I ain't your kids. Yes, bamboo is easily reused, Leslie. We should be growing bamboo everywhere. We should be growing hemp everywhere. We should be planting that stuff like it just nobody's sense. We should be, hell no, and no okra. Who said that? Get out of here. Who said that? Bye. See ya. Gone. Don't come over here with that mess. We're talking positive things. Let me see. I love bamboo anything. I do too, Ty, and that's a good point. Buy bamboo. You gonna buy something? Buy bamboo. Buy sustainable. Buy from people who have bamboo bags. Wear some bamboo shoes, bamboo everything. Stop wearing plastic. And those who don't respond positively, wrong tribe. Exactly, Daniel. And that's how we have to say, how you have to put it. I love everybody. I do. I love everybody. I try to look out for everybody. I don't ever turn my back on you. But if you don't respond positively to everybody coming together and solving the problems, you're too deep down in that indoctrination spot. And I don't believe in subhuman grouping. I don't believe in subhumans. I think everybody's a human, and I don't think you need to be grouped up into a sub. As long as we have groups, we will have conflict. So we shouldn't have groups anymore. I've made an ethanol still that we were able to get 99% alcohol from cellulose material. Oh my gosh, go on, brother Emil. Go on, Emil. That's deep. And this is what I mean. This is what the kids should be doing. All the kids should be doing this. They should be in school making ethanol. Getting ready for the new world, not getting ready to fight other people in the world for the energy because they see their silly little parents doing it, who refuse to grow up. I don't vote blue or red. I vote with my dollars. That's how you do it, Maha, because that's the only thing, that's the only language they understand. The only language they understand is you not giving them money. The only language they understand is I don't want to work for you. Like, you know what I tell people, I tell people, the young people, I was telling some kids this the other day, going in college, getting out. I don't know how they're doing that, but they're doing that. And I'm saying, listen, when you go to an interview the company. Don't let them interview. Don't go in there like a slave and I'm just going in with my resume and here's my resume. See, I can pick real cottons real good. I can help you got the cotton gin. I know how to work that. That's the model 4.72. I can run that 7.2 model. I can run it real good for you. Don't care about what your corporation's doing. That's not my business. Y'all into slavery, murder, and death. I don't care nothing about that. I can work for you. I can make just give me that $200,000 a year. Dancing, stepping, fetching. No. When you go to an interview, young people, interview that company. Do your research before you get there. Who are you? How do you make your money? These are the mistakes I made. I didn't do this. And so I'm trying to share the information because I wasn't that smart. I wasn't that smart when I worked for these big corporations. Interview them. Who are you? Are you a drug company? Are you killing people with vaccines and headache medicine? Do you make some good vaccines? Remember, I'm not anti-vax, I'm not pro-vax. I'm anti things that don't work and things that aren't tested. That's what I am, you know? Are you refueling the war on drugs? Do you make money from it? Do you make locks for prison? Do you make prison uniforms? Are you buying politicians? Have you ever lobbied the Democrats and Republicans? Are you Raytheon? Are you making a big yellow white ball sending around the planet making climate change, making the climate change so you can blame climate change, so you can get people more tribal and fighting. Give them one more thing to divide up and fight. Or are you? Because if you are, this resume ain't for you. You can't have this. Can't touch this. You can't touch this. This resume ain't for you. My intellectual brain is not for you. My intellectual property will not be your own. You are a murderous psychopath. You followed a John D Rockefeller force and violence conflict model. You're a corporation that should not exist. Goodbye. Slam that door, walk the hell out. That's what you do. Go on to interview people. Interview. And do your research ahead of time. You already know they're a murderous company. Go in there. Go in there and do the black, listen, do the black person being fired on a Friday thing. Do that. Do that. I say it my way. Let me say it my way. I'm saying it my way. See, in my country, if you're on the lowest social economical thing, so if you got a mullet, right? If you're black, if you're Hispanic, if you're just on the lower end of the thing, you ain't really had much in your life. If you get fired on Friday, everybody know, don't they? Like, you gonna fire me on Friday? On the weekend, all I got is Friday night to go out and get some drinks and some beer, run the, go to the tractor pull with the boys. You know, I can go out to the club. You know, go and fire them on Friday. You probably see what happens. You gotta be. I had to do that once. I had to do that once in my life. If you're on the lower socio-economical things in your country, fire on Friday. You need to fire them on Monday. Fire them on Tuesday. You might get away with Wednesday, but damn it, you fire them on the day the one day that they get to go out and feel good about life because you paying them $2 an hour to shovel manure, to be an accountant. You fire them on Friday. That's what you gotta do. So, this resume ain't for you. Pump. Grow up. Why don't you go work for a company doing something decent in the world, not an evil, murderous, psychopathic. Turn the desk over or something. Take the fax machine, throw it out the window. No, don't do that. Don't do none of that. This is a police state. This is America. Don't do none of that. No, they ready for that, boy. That's why I got my friends that keep saying, we need a revolution. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we not there. No, we didn't love the Democrats and Republicans too long. We don't need that. That avalanche a big mother in America. That police state ain't joking. All right, that revolution. You can give every American a gun. That revolution lasts 20 seconds. I'm trying to tell you, they're ready for it. They're ready for it. Just be chill, patient. Let's stop the avalanche. We can stop the avalanche without guns and violence and that. We don't need none of that because the system needs you. All you gotta do is walk away. The system needs you. The fight against racism, it needs you. The fight against the darkies, it needs you. The fight against welfare, it needs you. The fight against universal health care, it needs you. All of these fights need you. And none of these fights have anything to do with anything important, anywhere in the world, or the country, ever. Why? Because nothing important will ever make it on the news. Politicians that are bought by these corporations, even if they say something that sounds good, it's not what you're gonna get, because that is not their job. Their job is to get away with everything they can get away with, or they wouldn't be there. I know they look nice, they talk nice, they dress nice, they smell nice, and we lost when we made them rock stars. Again, we lost when we made the positions about the people, not the job that they're doing. That's when we lost, because then it became personal, and everything personal is useless. All right, demons don't die. No, they don't, Daniel. They always transfer. And I don't think we die. I think we just transfer. I think we're wave energy. Anna does not consent. Thank you, girl. Don't consent. Walk away. Walk away from all of it. Walk away from anytime somebody wants to fight other poor people, walk away. Yes, spinach, Lori. I love me some spinach. Spinach in the smoothie. The power of love, Keisha. When you love people, it's just like it melts ice hearts. It's important to remember that ice heart doesn't know you. You can either add more ice to it, or you can melt that mother. And I just think you got to melt it. It sounds cliche, but that's how it works. And I think it's a great model. I think it's a great model, because if we don't grow up, we don't get to go to space. All right, let me see. Brother Jack sees 29 people watching. I don't know how many people watching. I don't believe none of these counts anyway. Let me see. If we're pushing it, it could reach 2 million by the weekend. Don't do that. Nobody listen to Jack. Don't do it. No, don't do it. Don't share the video. Don't share it. No. Listen, hey, share the video. I appreciate that. I do appreciate when y'all share the video. I do look to see who shared. But if I ever get up to 2 million, in fact, I ever get up to 200, don't do that. Don't do it. I got up to 200 one time. People were watching me, and my laptop started to have all kind of problems, and I've been dealing with viruses. Don't do that. No, I like stay small. We don't need no leaders, y'all. I don't need to lead nothing. I don't need to be popular. All we need to do is talk to people. There are no leaders in this. There's nobody leading nothing. We don't want nobody on the top. We don't want nobody on the bottom. Because anytime you got somebody on the top, you got people on the bottom. What we need is a true, not democracy in a Plato sense, but democracy in terms of everybody has a voice. If we give everybody a voice, we're good to go. You give one person a voice, Jack, they're gonna kill him. Jack gonna get me shot. Don't give nobody no big voice. Everybody has a voice. Everybody gets to speak. There is no hate speech. There is no censorship. Everybody gets to speak the authentic, unique them. That's how we do it. Let's not make no Gerard. I disappear, because the next time you see me, Brother Jack, they'll be like, listen, vaccines are good things. War is important, guys. We're fighting for democracy and freedom. And let me see, Russia is the enemy, and Russia did it. And you don't know how these people work. They get to everybody. They get to everybody. My safety is I'm this big. And my safety is y'all. My safety is me not being able to lie about nothing. That's my safety. Because otherwise they'd take my dog and cat and hold it over some fire or something, poison, and say, we can get to him. If we can get to him because he's big, we can get to him. No, I don't want them getting to me. I'm good. I'm okay to die. I just don't want to see my uncles and aunts flying out of airplanes like they were doing in Latin America. That'd probably be a bad thing. But you know what? That'd piss me off too. That won't make me stop. That'll make me angry. Then you see the real me come out. But listen, let's just keep it happy and nice. Let's stay small. We good. Just, try to get me up to like 50 people. Let's do 50. 50 is a good number. Let's do 50. Let's not go beyond that. Otherwise it gets a little dangerous. I got friends who used to do this, and they click the button. I had a friend, oh my goodness, she clicked the button, and 300, 500 people watching her, and they all watching her, and she got black cars following, helicopters, she flipping out, going, no, I don't need that in my life. I'm good. I don't need that. And y'all have me crazy. I'm on this thing watching. I start bringing my gun, y'all see strapped, like, oh no, I don't need that. All we gotta do is walk away, people. That's all we gotta do. Bamboo and hemp. Most versatile material on earth, can be used in almost everything, banned and not being used. Exactly, Susan. That's all people got. It's a simple question. Why is your government still banning hemp? Simple question. It's because they don't want you to have a sustainable society. Period. Why is the government keeping secrets and the climate's changing? Why do they have 5,000 patents for energy and we're still fighting wars over energy causing climate change? Do these people actually give a damn about the climate, or are they lying about it? I don't know which. All I know is things don't look good. Bad things always happen, and they got secrets. It's like voting machines, right? Like, you know, and that's another answer too. If y'all who believe in voting, I'm not against your voting. You go ahead and vote, do what you got to do. I don't believe in the system. Like, I don't vote now, mostly because of Rebecca. Rebecca and Sister Deb and Ty and a few other ones. But, you know, but the reason is the voting machines, right? I don't think they're voting machines. If they were voting machines, they would be open source like a ballot. Why are the voting machines not open source? This is my IT coming out of me. If you want to be fair and honest, you make it open source. You make your server, whether it's Windows-based, Unix-based, AS400 mainframe. I'm showing some of my age. I used to work on all these systems as an administrator and a software engineer and an operator. If you actually wanted to make voting machines, they would be open source. Why? So people like me could look into them. People like me could run tests and run audits to make sure that they actually work and they are doing the counts the way they're supposed to. People like me could create audit trails independently so that after the election, we can show you that it was either honest or it wasn't. But voting machines don't do that. Voting machines are secret boxes and you have no idea what type of software is being run in those boxes. Why? Because they're not voting machines. They're not voting machines. They are secret ballots. And you have no idea who's pulling it. I didn't even know about John D Rockefeller, y'all. This is new to me. I mean, I knew who he was, but I didn't know that he was like involved at that level, orchestrating all of these illogical, foul, force-based, unconstitutional, non-human rights-based things to sell petroleum, to dominate a planet. I didn't know that. When you don't know something, you can't really make a decision. And that's why I'm not interested in voting, because they don't want me to know. If you don't want me to know if my vote was counted, I don't give a damn about your vote. I don't. I'm sorry. I laugh. I sit back. I'm like, yeah, okay. I voted. I elected that person. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna sit back. You know, if you actually gave a damn about climate change and the first conspiracy theorists who came out and said, what's the name of that ship? The DX-17, the damn thing running around with the big white balloon that they say is using as a HARP device, that would be open source, right? You would open source it to prove that you're not using that to mess around with India's weather or play around with Russia that's affecting us. It would be open source. Why? So a geek like me could go online, do a quick search in the database and see how much energy is being used and where, and see if a storm came about 18 hours after this big explosion of energy from the nuclear power plant on the ship, it focused up at the atmosphere, the ionosphere. But they won't open source it. They're not going to. Because it's not a radar device. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe none of it. I don't believe none of it. Don't try to get me to believe it. Don't try to get me to vote. Don't try to tell me that your politician means well and they're taking money from the deep state, the military industrial complex. Don't tell me that they mean to help me and they're taking money from the pharmaceutical. Come on, I know that you got up on that side of the bed. I didn't get up on that side of the bed. I was born late last night, but not at no damn midnight. I know you still believe. I don't believe. I believe history. That's what I believe. All right, look at that. Now you want some hammer pants? Mark, get your hammer pants. Get your hammer on. You want a hammer? You want to yurt it up? You want to hammer it up? Hammer it up. Too many are used to or be dependent on the commodities. Exactly, Ty. Well, you make people dependent on commodities. You got it. And that's all it is. And that's how the avalanche is going. Everybody's dependent on it. Everybody's unsustainable. Everybody's dependent on this infrastructure and this system. Everybody's buying their kids more Christmas toys when really you should be buying them less. Everybody's buying them more slave mineral stuff when really they should be buying less. Everybody's replacing their car when really you should be fixing your old car. You know, and that's how this thing goes down. Everyone's dependent on all of this nonsense. Maybe they told me the wrong things about those purple people. Oh, yes, they did. And they told me wrong about you too. Yes, Kevin, that's how it works. They lie. They lie. They gave everybody their race. They gave everybody their religion. They altered the scriptures. They gave them only certain texts. Meanwhile, Jesus read all the scriptures that you don't actually get to read that came from the Sumerian tablets, but we don't have to go through all of that. They lie about all of it because it's not even about you. They don't even believe in race or racism like the John D Rockefellers. They just believe in conflict. And as long as they can keep you fighting other poor people, they're at the top of they're Milton Bradley. As long as you keep fighting your competitor and you're not educating them and they're not educating you on who they are and what keeps them up at night and how come they are just like you and 98% of everything they have in common, you have in common, and the news only talks about the 2%. It's all about talking to people. Dialogue is the way out, but people don't dialogue. Protect the truth soldier, become a truth soldier. That's the whole thing you can do, Jack. That's all you can do. And I appreciate that, brother. I see you send me a lot of good stuff. Just say what's true, you know, be honest and say what's true. When you're wrong, say you're wrong. When you're right, say you're right. No egos. And that's why I say truth is the only religion. It's the only religion. It's the only real religion. The rest of them are fantasy made up by men, but it's the only real religion. I mean, there's some things in my head I'm still trying to work through in terms of Christ and all of that stuff. I'm trying to figure all of that out, but the reality is I want to know what's true. I was told to seek God. I was not told to seek King James. I was not told to seek little g God. I'm seeking big G God. And I find big G God in quantum physics and multidimensional and biology and physiology and all the different ancient texts. That's what's important to me. I never even registered to vote for all these years of being offered. Okay, Ty, well, I voted every single election I could. Oh, I bought it all, Ty. I bid it, I bought it, like I said, I believed it. Oh, I was red, white, and blue. I believed, oh, I was red, white, and blue, and I was black. I believed all of that nonsense. But now we got bigger problems. Priority. We got to focus on the priority. That's what it's about, y'all. Focus on the priority. We have a world that seems to be coming to an end. Personally, I don't think the world's coming to an end. I think the world always resets. I think the world has always got something for us. I think if we stop being stupid, I think the world will reset. That's what I think. I think there are a lot of things we can't see. It's like plastic, right? They talk about how plastic's half-life was, what was like 20 million years or something. That all the plastic in the ocean would still be there long after we're gone. Come to find out, nature knew how to take care of that. Nature's taking care of it right now. It's got that bacteria that's eating plastic right now. I think nature's got something for us. I think there is some bacteria in the tree canopy that swallows CO2 at a faster rate than anything else. I think there's all types of reprieves. You know, every generation thinks that they're the last generation. Like if you really look back at history, we all think the world is ending. We always do. And it never did. Now, bad things happen. We're either preparing for those bad things or we're limiting how bad that avalanche is when it hits the bottom, or we're stopping it, or we're not. It makes you sad, Anna. It shouldn't make you sad. It shouldn't make you sad. It should make you happy. Be happy, girl. Be happy. Your wave energy. You literally don't die. You just multiply. And I think those are the secrets that they've hidden from us, that they keep people fighting over crap here, and we're so much greater than all of this. And that's how they play us. They give us that fear, the fear of not having. And so we're willing to kill other people and take what they have, or let our government do it, because we're scared to not have so much. And I think we shouldn't have as much. But we got the internet now, and we can actually talk amongst ourselves and realize that we're all being played against each other in every country, every community, every race, every religion. So I'm actually pretty happy. Yeah, how we unite or we die. That's how it goes. Sandy keeps getting kicked out. Well, that's how it goes. You know, you can't, you can't talk about unity and people working together. You can't talk about like, let's just have peace. Let's just stop with the force. Everybody, wherever you are, hold the seat down. Stop getting excited. You know, we can actually fix problems. We just gotta have enough respect for each other. Yes, everything has a cycle. That's how I see it, Ty. Everything goes round and round. There's certain mushrooms that eat plastic bacteria that eats radiation. Exactly, Susan. The environment has something for everything. This planet is an amazing machine. It's an amazing creature that nobody understands. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. It was an interesting talk. I thought it was interesting, too. I think it's a little scary. I think it's a little creepy. Y'all see what this guy look like? Let me put it. This dude's a creep. This is kind of freaky. It's obvious this dude is a psychopath. It's obvious that this man is nuts. You just look in his eyes. Oh, where's my favorite picture? Like, you can see that this man knew he was planning all of this crap from the very beginning. That's you want to be mad at somebody? That's who you need to be mad at. Not a whole group of people that you think are like him. That's who you need to be mad at. Change the system. Hate the game. Not the players in the system. Everybody's just playing. Everybody's competitors. Everybody's got their little pieces going around the board. It's all about education. Once you realize your competitors are not your enemy, they're your competitors, then you turn on the game. You don't turn on the competitors. Beautiful wave energy, Anna. Yes, absolutely. Who's the troll that keeps laughing? Go back under your bridge. A cleansing is coming. You know, I don't even see it, Daniel. I don't see trolls. I don't see it. Like, you know what? On my list, the only people I block people who are obviously there just trying to cause trouble. You know, we got a unity thing we need to do. We have dialogue we got to have. So I don't see anybody laughing, so it must just be trolls. They're already blocked. I don't have time to play. We got a planet that's in trouble. So I don't have time for drama. I don't have time for games. I don't have time for BS. I just block people who just are there to cause trouble and stir things. I don't feed the trolls. People don't feed the trolls. You see the troll, just block the troll so we can move on and talk about adult things. You still need to consume less stuff. Yes, absolutely. Definitely, Leslie, we have to live within our means. All of our grandparents told us that. Be happy, get ready to live. Be happy, yes, Nora, be happy and go live your life. You know, and get behind people who want to be free and have liberty and live their lives too. And the balls to stand up. Yes, Lori, the balls to stand up and the wisdom to know when to stand down. And the wisdom to know who to stand down to, and the wisdom also to know who to stand up against. Those things are very important. Betsy DeVos serves as the 11th U.S. Secretary of Education. Well, you know, Jimmy T, I don't think that there should be a Department of Education, personally. I don't. I think teachers should be teachers. I think principals should be principals. I think we broke the model when we forced them and we told professionals how to do their job. I don't think the Department of Education should exist. I don't think we should have central management anywhere. Pure evil in those eyes. That's pretty creepy. Look at that, like that mother something. It's not clicking. It's like you go like this. Look, his eyes ain't moving. Look. He's got that cold stare. Got them dark, cold eyes. He ain't even moving. All right, listen. I gotta get out of here. Listen, this is Gerard. It's fun today. I gotta get going. Love y'all to death. Stop fighting. Educate, 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 educate. Love, be kind to people. Love that hate out of their hearts. Just get that hate out of your heart. Stop living by force. And if anybody has these ideas, these laws, or groups or whatever, and they want to get you and get bigger numbers together to force other people to do what they want, be the change you want to see in the world. Be the force you want to see in the world. Just love people. It's Gerard, gotta go. Love y'all to death. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.